Welcome back to Out of the Ordinary, a podcast brought to you by Studio Extra, where we highlight the beauty within people despite the challenges they may face, and we reclaim the narrative on what beauty truly is. My name is Jordan Estep, and I am welcoming the beautiful Ebony Branch, the
Jordan.
amazing thriver, survivor turned thriver, philanthropist, healing coach, and entrepreneur. And let's give it up for her. Woo! So tell us about yourself. Anything you would like us to know.
As you stated, my name is Ebony Branch, also known as Evolving Eb. So you'll see that all over the internet. So I am the owner of the Vibe Collection, which is a small spiritual shop that specializes in crystal waist beads and anklets, or just regular waist beads, because you don't necessarily need the crystals. I am also a hot yoga teacher. I am a domestic violence survivor and advocate and healing coach as well. I'm a YouTuber, a single mom of 3, and yeah, I am a woman thriving in this space of wellness.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for inviting me.
So how me and Ebony met, last year I did a domestic violence 24-hour makeup marathon, and I was scouring the internet for someone that can have experience overcoming domestic violence and that could really connect with the event and how to support her, because I feel like domestic violence, because I'm a makeup artist, there was times where I was covering up black eyes, and I would, clients would literally tell me, the situations that they were in. So based off the community that I'm in, if that's something that my community is facing, I want to tackle it. So she came through, she supported our event, we connected then and there, and we hit it off from there.
Yes.
So of course I want to highlight your story and your journey of overcoming this. So can you take us to whatever you want to share, because this is a safe space, but also I want you to be comfortable with what you want us to know. What things about your journey would you like to share with us so we could get to understand what you've overcome?
I definitely want to piggyback off of you saying that you used to have to cover up the scars, because a lot of times people don't honor that they're in a domestic violence situation until the hit comes. But that could be avoided if you recognize the signs beforehand. I didn't go through a lot of physical. There were physical situations, of course. And in the beginning of telling this story, or my story, I felt like I downplayed my experience because I wasn't a girl who was in a hospital with broken bones, busted lip. But what I recognized in this journey of healing and in this journey of advocating and telling my story is that a lot of times those invisible scars take much longer to heal. They're much deeper than the physical. Not downplaying the physical, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But I feel like if women recognize domestic violence at the first signs of their spirit being tore down, the jokes that may hurt your feelings, the verbal abuse to make you feel less than, then they'll understand that they need to get out. This is a domestic violence situation, and you prevent yourself from getting to the point of the hit, because it's coming. So, again, I was 7 years in. They say it takes a woman on average 7 years to get out of it. I swear, I put him out 7 times, y'all. When I went back and counted it, I was talking to my sister, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, 7 times? Oh my gosh. So I want to also honor that stat and letting women know that I don't care if it's the 3rd time, 4th, keep going. Keep until you're done, until you get to a place where you can accept it and not go back. My last situation, the final reason that I got out of it was because my son went and tried to defend me. A lot of the physical did not happen when the kids were around, of course. And I think that I kind of used that as some sort of justifiable reason to stay, right? Or take them back. And so this one particular day, my son witnessed him just mush my head. And he was 12 years old at the time. And he flipped out. And at that point, I knew, there's no going back. There's no going back to this. I was not going to, one, have to defend my son in some type of court behind bars for defending me when I'm the mom. But also, I felt like it would be very emasculating of him for me to expect him to not defend his mom.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I tell women, do not stay in that. And it's be like, no, I'm supposed to defend my child. Yes. But especially if you have a male child, it is unreasonable for you to expect him to not want to defend his mother.
Yeah.
A lot of times we fuss about men watching other women in the street get abused and they're not saying anything. Not realizing sometimes those men had to watch their mothers for years get abused.
You better preach.
And so they end up having this numbness to it, you know what I'm saying? Or condition for it to be normal and mind their business.
Yeah.
And then it perpetuates a whole environment that's just not safe for women.
Yeah, it's a cycle.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, you did say 7, and 7 is the number of completion.
Girl.
So I just want to commend you for and that's such key advice. Like, it doesn't matter how many times.
No,
keep doing
trying.
it till
keep
you're
trying.
done. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And don't be ashamed.
Wow.
You gotta step out of being ashamed. A lot of times people don't want to reach out for help.
Yeah.
That's another thing. You don't have to do it alone. Please do not do it alone.
Wow. Whoo, girl, heavy stuff. This is amazing. Okay, so can you walk us also through, because you said, the emotional toll about it. Can you walk us through emotionally, I guess at this point you're in this situation and you're throwing them out. What was that like emotionally?
So I ended up, this is another thing, abusers tend to come in your life when you're at a low point. I met my abuser right after my divorce.
Wow.
And so I think that I had this sensitivity to society's opinions about single mothers, which is another thing that I preach, because I'm like, y'all say this and y'all don't understand. A lot of single mothers stay in situations that aren't safe for them or the kids because of what society says, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that was a contributing factor for me continuing to give him chance after chance after chance.
Yeah. Wow.
In addition, we talk about a lot of women with daddy issues. I didn't have daddy issues.
Wow.
My father was always present. My mother and father has been married since they were 17. Well, been together since they were 17. Married since they were 19. I've not heard my father raise his voice at my mother. But what that also created was an inability to understand that there are dangerous men out here. Because I had a good father. I assume, my mother didn't experience a whole bunch of bad men, so no one was teaching me what to look out for.
Yeah.
And so that whole stigma that it's daddy issue women, I wish people would let it go. It's all faces.
Yeah.
Everybody has a reason why their education level is not the same as somebody else's.
Wow. I never even thought about that. Like, when you're so naive to,
right.
My daddy was good. Every man should be good.
Exactly. I didn't have my uncles. Like, I remember I told you my grandfather's a pastor.
Yeah.
So I'm like married families.
I'm covered.
I wanted a few single mothers in my family.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't experience any of that.
Yeah.
No one could really tell me that. Everyone lived a fairly normal, life.
Wow. And then even it speaks to like the vulnerability at where you were after a divorce. So it
exactly
perfect storm.
Perfect storm.
Wow.
They'll play on that too. You give up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you doing to me what you did to your ex-husband. Like all of that. You think you're sharing something with someone in a vulnerable space.
Yeah.
This person cares about you. They will flip it and use it against you.
Wow.
So you definitely have to be rooted in your truth and who you are.
Wow. Girl. So how did that affect, because we're also, highlighting the beauty with that lives within you, even in this, of course, unfortunate situation. So in that moment where you're like, I'm fighting for my freedom. I'm fighting for to be released from the shackles of this situation. How are you viewing yourself? Or were you even a thought in this scenario? Like, did you even think about how, or even your image or how I look doing this, putting him out? Like,
I think I was really in the thick of surviving at that point, right? We talked about face card never declines, right? So there was never things said to me like you're ugly, but they'll pick on other sensitive areas like you're fat.
Got you.
And so for a while, I would hide from the cameras. Didn't want to take pictures.
Wow.
Until my father passed and I didn't have a lot of pictures with them.
Oh, wow.
And that was a little bit of a reality set too. Also, I want to say 2019 is when I started a business. Right at the beginning, I was given a strand of waist beads. And them things had me I was feeling so confident with them, right? And I couldn't keep my hands off of them. I was going to the gym. It just really sparked something in me.
Yeah.
Shortly after that, I realized that they can also be used as a tool for being intentional, because I kept putting my hands on it. It was a constant reminder to be gentle with myself. Wow. Constant reminder that I was safe in my body. Wow. Constant reminder that whatever the intent is, like, I do the crystal, so if I do rose quartz, it's for self-love. Constant reminder to, pour into yourself when it comes to self-love. So that's kind of how I promote it. If you see me, girl, I do not hide anymore. Belly out, everything. I told you, I'm the thickest yoga teacher in the studio.
Period.
Nothing's stopping me anymore.
Nothing, yeah.
So once you've educated yourself, because that's also important as well. Once you've educated yourself and you do the healing and you're rooted in your truth, you're able to move through the world without internalizing every little thing people say or do.
Yeah. Especially with what you've overcome.
Exactly.
It's like, baby, I done been through the fire.
I had a guy today tell me, like, I think because I said something about Sherry Shepherd, saying something about what Meg Thee Stallion had on the red carpet or something, and I said, well, it's probably because she can't wear it. And he was like, well, it looks like you can't either. I said, and you're right. And I wouldn't want to. And if you thought that was going to hurt me, I've had worse said. So it's not...
Yeah, it makes you resilient. It's
like especially with social media.
Wow. So let's also tap into your healing journey, because I definitely want to tap back into the waist beads, because I think that's an amazing business. So there are many layers to, of course, recovery. But what were some of the building blocks of your healing journey?
First and foremost, educate yourself. I think once you put the pieces together of what actually happened with you, you're able to process things a lot easier and not be as hard on yourself. Because in the beginning, it's like, wow, you start thinking back to stuff that you allowed to happen to you. It gives a sense of self-betrayal, right? You're like upset that you even allowed someone to do that. But once you start educating yourself on narcissistic abuse, saying the strategies they use, the manipulation of it all, and you realize you're not the only one who's experienced that, other people have as well, and that this was actually by design to try to destroy you, then you're able to process your healing a whole lot easier.
Yeah, you're deconstructing.
Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
What's another building block after education?
So I say I'm big on affirmations. And the reason I'm big on affirmations is because a lot of people think, you just sound stupid saying things over and over again. But if you believe in affirmations and you understand that, then you understand the effects of that person saying negative things to you over and over again.
Yeah.
Because I left that situation like, this bum, like I'm gonna be honest with you, like he didn't work. I was pretty much the breadwinner, even though I wasn't great with finances at the time. So nothing he could really say with living off of me at the time, I thought was affecting me in the moment, right? I'm like, whatever. It wasn't until after I got out of that and I ended up pregnant with my daughter, I want to say 5 years later, 4 or 5 years later, I ended up pregnant with my daughter and abandoned by her father. That's when I was like, okay, this has gone too far. You need to sit down and figure out what's going on with you. And I started educating myself because her father was a narcissist. And once I understood what happened there, I was able to walk away from that situation. But I needed to do some self-work. That was a clear indication. I'm like, girl, you have found yourself with a little girl who I know is going to be watching me. Doing this by yourself. And this is wild. Like, I was married with the first 2 kids, so this is like, this doesn't even make sense, right? And I really had to sit down and say, think about all the situationships you've had in these last 4 to 5 years. How you let these men breadcrumb you. You think that you that girl. You think none of that affected you. But if you really assess how you were moving with these men over the last couple of years, it is clear you need to sit down and do some work.
Wow. So your daughter's situation definitely brought you back grounded. Like, how did we get here?
Because I had started, but I was kind of playing around with it, right? So 2009, I got the waist beads. 2009, I started a business towards the end of it. My father died December 2019. And then, I'm saying 2019, that year. So that's the year. And I got pregnant January 2020.
Wow.
And that's when I was like, okay,
wow,
we have to do something.
It sounded like he sent you a gift, too.
Hey, listen, thank you.
He was like, go help your mama.
You. Yeah. Yes.
So what are some of the affirmations and mantras that you have told yourself, especially during the healing process?
I am safe in my body. You are enough. Let me see, what else? I don't know. It depends day to day. One of the things I love to do is create an affirmation playlist. So I'll put like all the songs that's going to make me feel like that girl. So if I wake up in like a little mood, not feeling the greatest, I'll plug that in and just ride it out.
I know that's
while
right.
I'm getting dressed, while I'm heading out the door. I will say teaching yoga definitely feeds my spirit a lot.
Yeah.
I can walk into the studio and just feel like really heavy, really drained. But by the time I teach and it's over with, I'm feeling great.
That's awesome. Moving your body is very important.
Very.
It's very rare. Touching grass. Just go outside. Yes. Stretch.
And I think it's a combination between moving my body but also service. When you're pouring into other people and helping other people, you heal yourself ultimately.
Wow. That's a word. So now we're transitioning to how your business. So what was the spark that pretty much elevated turning your pain into passion and becoming an entrepreneur?
So the waist bead portion was me getting that strand and how it made me feel great. I recently started diving into the domestic violence education and healing because my neighbor was unalived by her, I think it was her baby daddy.
Wow.
And I mean like across the hall neighbor.
I remember you told me the story.
Yeah. And so it was really, really heavy for me. And I don't like to just sit and stuff. You know, I like to move that energy some form. And so that's when I did my first set of videos on YouTube, how to heal, a meditation, how to get out, and so on. And from there, I was like, I don't really want to put it on my personal vlog page because it's kind of... And so I created Healing Her. And Healing Her is just an extension of the Vibe collection. Yeah. But it's a domestic violence and toxic love addiction, because that's also a thing. Education part of the Vibe collection.
Toxic love addiction.
Yeah, we got to recondition our nervous system to enjoy being calm and not looking at it like we're bored.
Wow.
I'm like, send me a calm man right now.
Okay.
I don't mind being bored right now.
Peace. Give me peace.
I get overstimulated now very easy.
That's awesome. So, and I would love to talk more about your business. So, what things are your business? What things upcoming that you have going on in your business?
So currently I have a community. Well, I just started a community called Healing Her. And basically it's just people joining my email list so I don't bombard everybody with the DM, with the DV information. But there's a YouTube and I post videos up there about healing, things to watch out for. We also have something we call Sacred Sundays, in which is a waist bead and yoga experience in the park.
Wow.
What else am I doing right now? I think that's pretty much it. That's pretty much those two. I'm still doing the waist beads and I'm teaching the hot yoga. But for those who don't want to do the hot yoga, we have the Sacred Sundays.
Oh, that's really dope.
Yeah.
I gotta join you one day.
Yeah, girl. Come on.
So if you could say anything to the young women watching that have experienced domestic violence situations, what is one or two key things that you could say that you feel like can help them start their healing journey?
Number one, God did not put you on this world to be anybody's doormat. Number two, educate yourself. And number three, honor that your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship you're going to have.
Wow, that's amazing. And how can we find you? How can we support? Anything that you want us to celebrate? Tell us everything.
You can find me on Instagram at evolving_eb, or the Vibe collection. Vibe, not the regular Vibe, but Vibe, VYBE, as in value yourself before everything. And you can find me on YouTube at Evolving Ebb or Healing Her.
Amazing. I want to thank you for coming on here,
Thank
sharing
you.
your powerful journey, your powerful healing journey, and also, taking the time out to come talk to us today. And if anything resonated with you, make sure you meet us in the comments, you like and you subscribe. And thank you, Ebony, for coming today. I really appreciate your light and the gift you give to the world. I know you're called for something so much greater than yourself. So thank you for your service.
Thank you so much.
And I'll catch you guys in the next show. Bye.
Blessings on blessings, yeah. I see the blessings coming out.